I want to know, how do you get around Apple's big circle? Tell me there's a car. Tell me there's a little monorail or something that you can just zip to the other side.
Monorail.
I'd bet that you don't leave your section that often.
Your section moves. You don't move. Your section moves.
Oh, it rotates like
it's
a
rings
puzzle
within rings. Like yes, and they turn within one another.
Nanotechnology.
So you can go anywhere you want to at an incredibly high speed because it will be moving toward you and you'll be moving toward it.
Maybe they have those things that they have at the airport where you
moving sidewalks that were supposed to save us time.
Yeah, but they don't speed you up really that much because people don't know how to use them.
Do you walk on it or do you stand?
I walk.
I walk because I go extra fast, and that's fucking cool.
I passive aggressively almost get into a jog.
Those other people are just tackling dummies.
When I dismount, I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna bend my knees and
I'm just gonna jump off a little bit. I'm flying by the fucking the Subaru or whatever the fuck.
I feel like people have respect for the rushed traveler though at the airport. Like if you're running down that thing and you go like on your left, like nobody gets mad like it's the street. Like
that guy,
you do that to me on the street. Where the fuck are you heading to?
Mm-hmm.
However,
trying to get to Toledo.
I agree with Kyle there. But when it's the security line, there is no begging, no nothing.
No.
You will wait in fucking line.
Let me tell you a story then. So I've been on both ends of that. I have had people beg, and they're just they're offering their thing to show you that yes, indeed, I gotta go now. Like, look, here's the proof. Mm-hmm. And everybody's like, go, the whole line. And emphatically, it's two people, whatever. Get gone. But I've also been the one who needed to beg. And I just sat there with the realization that I was a white man and I was late.
I'm gonna miss my flight.
And unlike those two little brown girls, no one would care.
I suppose ultimately everything's your fault. But the reason I was late for the airport was my GPS was wrong. It had me going to some it didn't take me to the gate where I needed to go to return my rental car. It took me to some private Orlando section. There, maybe if I had a private jet, it would have been good direction. So that's why I was late, and no one had any sympathy for me at the security line. They told me I should have planned better. It's I kind of did plan well. It just failed.
Yeah.
This was a flight home too, so it wasn't the end of the world. It's not like you need to be there for the thing. Oh, wait. This might have been the flight to Chicago where I didn't get there on the day before when everybody had fun. I think this is what this was. I think there I know there was one Chicago trip where I got there a day late and everybody they're like, oh, it was so fun. There was a clown and a petting zoo and Teresa over there, the hot one, she sucked everybody's dick. She said she's all sucked out though. So
she's the craziest thing. She paid me to suck my dick.
It was crazy. It's 20 spot. Look at her, I still got it. She kissed it. She kissed it. Look at that. Hot as fuck. You wouldn't believe it. What were you late in the airport? But I was late and I just went to the ticket counter. I'd never been late. I was like, hey, I missed my flight. And they were like, oh, no problem. And they fixed it. And it was such a smooth process to get on the next flight. It's a few hours though. It was but I had Civilization 5 and that big fucking Razer gaming laptop. And I was good to go at the airport. You get on that airport Wi-Fi, plenty secure. Don't believe what you read online. And
Kyle used it one time without getting hacked.
You're reading an article written by a guy spinning a mustache, it's perfectly safe.
By the way, that's my go-to for travel gaming. It's Civilization 5 on a nice fat gaming laptop. That big Razer blade with I don't know how big it was. It felt like a full-size monitor.
Pretty dope. It had a 1070 in it.
That's plenty for Civ, right?
Yeah.
Actually,
as long as you sit it on a bed of ice, because the thing's about to be able to, it would melt through your goddamn thighs. It would be so fucking hot. But yeah, I play Civ on the, I'd bring a mouse and a little mouse pad to throw on my lap or on the table or wherever I was. That was the game to kill time, because it's excruciating when you're at the airport and you're not part. I wasn't part. I think I was part of the Delta program where I could have gone to the Sky Lounge.
Yeah, and have
I don't know,
bad snacks.
But it was so far away from where I was that I didn't by the time I got there to that part of the airport and got back to my gate, it didn't make sense. But yeah, Civ 5 is the go-to for travel.
Dude, those Sky Lounges, if people have never been in the you either need a lot of miles, or I usually get into them because I have first class tickets. You can get in with that too. And from the outside, you see the frosted doors and like some leather. It smells of mahogany, and you're like, "Oh my god, it must be great in there." Then you go in, fucking stale sandwiches and some like undersized
Did you get a
Coca-Cola
gift bag?
cans.
Mine was mostly stickers and pencils.
Yeah, right.
You want those pencils?
You can't take those on the plane, by the way. It's
Yeah.
a threat.
Taylor, have you been to the Sky Lounges and stuff?
I've been to the Delta Sky Lounge. Yeah. I was flying with someone. This is many years ago, but he was an older guy I was working with, and he like had flown so many times. We were going to a meeting together. He's like, "Oh, I have this. I can bring someone with me." And you're right. It's exactly that. I got in the elevator because you had to take an elevator up to that floor, and then it was like walking out and being like, "Oh, it's like a really, really nice dentist's waiting room." Where like they have kind of old magazines, a lot of seating, low quality coffee, and then like the snacks are nothing to write home about.
I got stuck in LA one.
A lot of chargers. They had a lot of chargers and outlets, and that was the thing that I liked.
Just before Kyle, that one thing that's usually there, somebody who's working and stressed, right? Somebody's traveling right now and they're working on their computer doing who knows what, but it feels like a library because of respect for that guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you want to, be nice and quiet because it's like, man, if I were that guy, I would appreciate, him in my position being quiet. So I'll do the same for him.
Right.
I see so many airport meltdowns and dragouts recently on my police video stuff because what people will drink too much and get too drunk to be planed, I believe is how they usually put it. Okay. Or they get like snotty with the gate agent, plus they're drunk. So the cops come. It's one of my new favorite genres. These grown men and grown women start screaming and crying and biting. And the cops like, how much have you had to drink? Well, they're asking you to incriminate yourself, by the way, folks. If anyone asks you how much you've had to drink tonight, just look him dead in the face. Like you don't
say
understand
more than you.
English. like more than you could.
Yeah, more than you could, pussy.
I watch so much cop shit that I fucking like speak their fucking language now. Those leading goddamn questions.
What do you say? Pieces. You're in an airport and you've had a few drinks, but there's a really hammered guy who's like really causing a ruckus, and now the police are asking you.
I type on my phone
in the mix.
I type into my phone. I'm nonverbal. My lawyer can be reached here, and I show that to them. They're not going to be able to say that they smelled anything on my breath because I never spoke to them. I'm not going to talk to you and breathe my alcohol breath onto you. You can. My lawyer's name is here. Here's his card. I have a picture of it on my phone, and call him. He can tell you how many drinks I've had and what I've had to drink today. And they can call him, and he can answer those questions for them.
Mr. Woodworth,
I'm not talking to
lawyer, and he says he just.
This is if I'm guilty, by the way.
Woodycraft.
Yeah.
This isn't a scenario like you said where this is if I'm drunk at the airport and they're about to fucking take me downtown. By the way, this isn't if like a cop just wants to talk. If a cop wants to talk, I'll fucking talk to him. I'll shoot the shit. But if they're investigating you and they're fucking with you and they're up in your, where were you headed? Where'd you coming from? I don't know about all that.
Dude, how drunk do you have to be at the airport for like a cop to get involved? Like it's
pissing yourself, biting people drunk.
Okay, biting people. Okay, that's a problem. You can't be fucking biting people at the airport.
The ticket agent's like, she hit me, then she hit him. And by the way, this chick has told a story like, I don't know why they're treating me this way. I am from Detroit, okay? They do not treat black people like that here. Atlanta is so ghetto. They hate black people here. By the way, majority of Atlanteans are black. It is a black majority city. They hate black people here. I have never been treated like this. And that one there was prejudice. And they go back over there. And she started just scratching for my eyeballs. And I curled up into a ball because I'd never hit a woman, but she just got in there deep, you know how she gets. And they just attacked me. I think she'd had about 15 drinks. 15 is what the bar tab said, right? Yeah, 15 drinks. She hit me too, by the way. And she's cut back to her, and she's just moralized. And then the realization, they're like, okay, ma'am, yes. Now put your hands behind your back, and the shit hits the fan. And the next thing you know, my favorite one was the chick on the motorized luggage, because she's like zipping around riding the motorized luggage, and the cop just wants her to leave the airport. So he's following her, zipping around, riding a suitcase, and it's comical because of that, because she's talking shit. And then by the end of it, she spits on the cop, and so he's got her hand. Yeah, oh, for sure. He's got her handcuffed, shoved into the corner so she can't spit or bite on him. And people are going, "Why are you holding her like that?" And he's like, "Because she spat on me and she tried to bite me, and we're waiting on a spit mask. And I have to hold her here in this corner until an officer drives to the airport, gets out of his car, walks into the airport, goes through security, comes to this gate, and provides us with a spit mask, which will be about 10 or 15, 20, I don't know, but she's here." And it was great. The whole time she's screaming and begging, "Let me go." It's like, "No, got to hold you here. You're a spitter."
Damn.
You know the victim perp whatever the cop interaction I hate the most when they scream at the cops, "Don't touch me. Take your hands off me." Like they have this inalienable right to not be touched or handled. You know, when they say get
Yeah.
out of your car and you don't, now you're escalating the situation and getting yourself into more trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, if you don't get out of the car, I'm gonna break this window, I'm gonna unlock the door, and I'm gonna drag you out. You should be like, is there another choice? Maybe we can go that way. But no. And sure enough, they do it. And the whole time the perp starts screaming, "Get your hands off me. Don't touch me." And
I love it.
if I'm the cop, socially, 1% of me is like, no, am I being rude?
I watched
As you wipe the spit from your cheek, you're like, "No, I'm not." Like this bitch.